Yeah, that comments on a video about the ICE raid at the Hyundai plant in Georgia. I mean, it's been reported that Stephen Miller has just had fits and has yelled at and berated ICE leadership and folks from DHS because he wants 3,000 arrests a day. And I've read that they've also built in like a bonus structure that, some of these guys get bonuses for every person that they arrest. And there have been court decisions out of LA that's like, DOJ attorneys actually argued in court that, reasonable suspicion or reasonable cause consists of brown people hanging out with other brown people at places where brown people hang out. And so they should just be able to go in and arrest everybody based on nothing more than that, which is just violently unconstitutional. It just is. But, ICE is getting all of this pressure to make their numbers. And so when somebody calls up and says, hey, I know where you guys can pick up 475 illegals, their terminology, not mine. Of course they're going to jump on that. And they're not going to stop and consider like any foreign policy impacts of their actions. They're not going to stop and consider any, economic consequences to their actions. They have to make their numbers, period. And it certainly looks like that's just what they did here. They were just like, oh shit, man, we can go bag almost 500 people. That'll look great on our spreadsheet. Having absolutely no thought whatsoever of the global ramifications, foreign policy, economic, otherwise. I mean, when Donald Trump is doing his tariffs and he's saying it's the reason for that is to bring manufacturing back to the United States. Well, we just told the world that if you invest billions of dollars here in the United States, that's great. We want you to do that. But we're going to arrest all of the people that you send here from overseas to help get those operations up and running and to help get American workers trained to work in these manufacturing facilities. We just demonstrated to the entire world that it's not safe to invest any money in the United States as far as manufacturing goes. And I'm sure that these ICE guys didn't give that a second thought. I'm sure it never entered their brain. And it's just the incompetence demonstrated by this is absolutely stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And the complete lack of awareness and lack of communication with other people in the administration who are like, yeah, maybe not raid, don't raid the Hyundai plant, okay? They probably wouldn't have listened if that other person or persons in the administration had said that. They got to make their numbers. And, I said it in my first video that racism and bigotry are expensive. And we're seeing that play out in real time. All for white supremacy. Make America white again. Amazing.